Hello everyone, this is Shivani and welcome back to my channel Lit Fun. Today we'll be covering the topic modals. Modals are also known as modal auxiliaries. Now, before we go into depth, let's understand what do these mean. Have you ever heard of this term? I'm sure you must have come across the term auxiliary verbs. Yes? Let me give you some examples. Is, am, are. Then we also talk about was, were, has, have, had, and do, does. Does this strike anything? Now you must be thinking that all these are the helping verbs. Absolutely correct. These are helping verbs. Now, before we move on to the modals, let's first take some sentences from the helping verbs. Don't worry, I'll tell you the connection between modals and the auxiliary verbs. So let's suppose we have the verb is, and let's frame two sentences. So let's say first one is she is a girl, and second one, let's say she is singing. Okay, you can form two sentences using any of these verbs. Now what we have to do is we have to identify the verb in both the sentences. So what is the verb in the first sentence? Definitely it is. Okay, she is a pronoun, a is an article, and girl is a noun. So only verb that we have is. In the second sentence, of course, again we have is. But what is the main verb that is being done? What is the word that is giving you an idea about the action? That is singing. है ना? क्योंकि सेंटेंस में हो क्या रहा है? She is singing, वो गाना गा रही है. So that is the main action. So singing here becomes the main verb. So then what is? Well, गा रही है. So what is it doing? It is helping the main verb to complete the sentence. So what does this become? Helping verb. Now when we talk about this first sentence, here we have only one verb. तो क्या ये helping verb हो सकता है? If we consider this as a helping verb, तो वो help कर किसकी रहा है? Because we do not have any main verb. So here is not a helping verb, it is a main verb. Okay, so same is with all these examples, is, am, are, was, were, has, have, do, does, that these can act as both helping verbs as well as main verbs depending upon the situation. Whereas when we talk about modals, let's take a few examples. I'm sure you must have heard of can, could, shall, should, will, etc. Can you frame any single sentence with these words which do not have any verb in it? Try. Let's say I can swim. So what is the verb swim? Swim verb तो आ रही है. I will go to the market tomorrow. Go again verb आ रही है. We should follow the traffic rules. Follow again we have a verb. So can you frame any single sentence which does not have a verb but we have modals? No. This means that these verbs are the true helping verbs. These are the helping verbs which will always remain as helping verbs only. They can never act as main verbs. And we have given it a different name, that is modals. Okay. So modals are also known as modal auxiliaries because auxiliaries somewhere mean helping verbs. Alright. Now that we have understood what actually modals are, let's discuss a few words or few modals and let's learn their uses. So the first and the foremost, we'll start with can and could. Okay. Well, if you will follow any grammar book, you will find multiple uses for every modal. I'll be discussing 2 or 3 uses that are most important for a particular verb. So number 1 use of can is ability. Okay. जब आप अपनी ability, अपनी क्षमता बताते हो कि आप क्या कर सकते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई कैन स्विम, तो मुझे तैरना आता है, मैं तैर सकती हूँ. दैट इज द यूज ऑफ कैन. आफ्टर दैट can also be used for informal permission. What do we mean by informal? I'm sure you must have done formal and informal letters. So informal permission, when you are taking permission from your friends or family. For example, if you are asking your friend, can I borrow your pen? ठीक है, so you are asking for the permission कि क्या मैं तुम्हारा पेन ले सकती हूँ, and because you are asking it from a friend, you will use the modal can. All right. The third significant use is the possibility. When there are high chances of something occurring. For example, let's say there are dark clouds in the sky and it is 100% going to rain, or at least 99% you are sure that it is going to rain because it has turned all black. So for the possibility, you can use the word can. It can rain any minute now. Okay, so whenever there is a strong possibility, like 90% or more chances, then we use the modal can. Clear? Now let's understand could. Now could is what? It is the past form of can. Okay, what is it? The past form of can. So you must be remembering, like whenever we change a sentence from direct to indirect speech, we change the modal can to could. तो एक तो यही सबसे बड़ा यूज हो गया, that can changes to could in the indirect speech. Then you can easily figure out the main purpose. इसका क्या था? can का ability, और could past form है तो इसका क्या होगा? past ability. What do we mean by past ability? Past ability is something that we could do earlier in the past, but we cannot do it anymore. For example, let's take the example of your grandparents. Okay, can your grandparents run right now? Most probably not, because of their old age. Maybe they have pain in their knees or they just get tired. But when they were of your age, when they were of our age, I'm sure they had the ability to run. So what can you form a sentence? So you can say, my, let's say, grandfather could run very fast when he was young. तो मेरे ग्रैंडफादर बहुत तेज भाग सकते थे, कुड, जब वो यंग थे. ठीक है, अब नहीं भाग सकते हैं पर पहले भाग सकते थे. सो दिस इज व्हाट योर पास्ट एबिलिटी. सेकेंड इज अगेन इनफॉर्मल परमिशन, और यू विल से अ रिक्वेस्ट, and that too a very polite request. Okay, so for example, when you are being extremely polite, बहुत ही प्यार से अगर आप किसी को रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हो, तब आप कौन सा मोडाल यूज करते हो? could I borrow your pen please? Okay, so when you are being extremely polite, you use the modal could. Okay, I hope these two are clear to you, can and could. Let's move to another set of modals. If possible, please keep writing it down in some notebook and try to form your own sentences using these modals. And you can get lot of practice questions on the internet also that you can browse. Now let's move to another modal, that is will. Now with will we will of course discuss would, but let's take one more, that is shall. Now will is very common. Will represents future tense. जब भी हम कोई future action की planning करते हैं कि हम आगे क्या करेंगे, we use the modal will. For example, I will go to market tomorrow. मैं कल market जाऊंगा, तो ये हमारा क्या हो गया? will. Now you might get confused, then what about shall? इसका हम क्या करें? So shall वैसे आजकल हम बहुत कम यूज करते हैं, but still if you have to use it, there is a limitation that you can use it only with the first person. Now what do we mean by first person? First person is the most important person, that is the speaker. So I or we, only these two pronouns are your first person. ठीक है, तो सिर्फ आई और वी के साथ ही आप शैल लगा सकते हो और किसी के साथ नहीं. सेकेंड पर्सन यू, थर्ड पर्सन ही शी, या फिर किसी का नाम राम, श्याम, राकेश, प्रिया, एनीथिंग, आप किसी के साथ भी शैल यूज नहीं कर सकते, ओनली विद आई एंड वी. विल में ऐसी कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है. आप इसको फर्स्ट पर्सन के साथ यूज करो, सेकेंड के साथ यूज करो, थर्ड के साथ यूज करो, ऑल आर करेक्ट. Alright. Now, there is of course one thing where shall is irreplaceable. That is when again you are asking for permission or you are forming any question. Alright. Let's take an example. Shall I go out with my friends? So here what have we used? शैल. ठीक है, क्या मैं अपने दोस्तों के साथ बाहर चला जाऊं? विल नहीं आप लगाओगे. इफ यू राइट विल, उसका क्या मतलब हो गया? क्या मैं अपने दोस्तों के साथ बाहर जाऊंगा? तो वो तो आपको पता है आप जाओगे या नहीं. बट इफ यू आर आस्किंग परमिशन फ्रॉम समवन, यू विल यूज द वर्ड शैल. नाउ अ क्वेश्चन माइट अराइज कि अगर हमारे पास यहाँ पर आई की जगह ही होता, दे होता, देन व्हाट डू वी डू? Then you can use the modal can. Remember, can was also used for informal permission. ठीक है? There is a very slight difference, but if there is not I, not we, second or third person, you will not use shall, you will use can. Okay? And if there is first person, you can definitely use shall. Alright? Then, let's again come back to the will. So first is your future action, your future decision, future planning, and second is when you ask about someone's preferences. For example, the famous age-old sentence, will you have tea or coffee? So you are asking someone's preference कि वो क्या लेंगे, tea या coffee. So in that situation also we use the modal will. Okay. Now I'm gonna rub shall and let's see what does would mean. तो इतना तो आप समझ ही गए होंगे. Just like we had can and could, similarly we have will and would. So would is also the past form of will. Okay. So again when we switch from direct to indirect sentence, will changes to would. Now for example, Priya said that she would pursue journalism as her career. तो उसने पास्ट में प्लानिंग की थी अपने फ्यूचर की. ठीक है, बात तो वो फ्यूचर की कर रही है, बट शी इज नॉट डूइंग एट द मोमेंट, शी डिड इट इन द पास्ट. तो ऐसे सेंटेंसेस में जब हम पास्ट की बात करते हैं और पास्ट में फ्यूचर प्लानिंग की बात करते हैं, सी हाउ ब्यूटिफुल एंड कॉम्प्लेक्स द लैंग्वेज इज. हम एक ही मिनट में प्रेजेंट, पास्ट, फ्यूचर तीनों को एक साथ कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. So when we are talking about future in the past tense, we will use the word would. Okay, this is your first use of would. Then second we have is the past habit. Please note, this is not the past ability, this is the past habit. What is the difference? Ability तो अब अगर आप वो काम करना चाहो तब भी आप नहीं कर सकते. You have lost the ability. There can be n number of factors. But habit is something that you can still do. लेकिन आपकी आदत छूट गई है. Okay? For example, my brother would suck his thumb when he was a kid. Let's say. आपने भी देखा होगा छोटे बच्चों की आदत होती है कि वो हमेशा अंगूठा चूसते रहते हैं, है ना? लेकिन जब वो बड़े हो जाते हैं तब वो ऐसा नहीं करते. सो माई ब्रदर वुड सक हिज थंब व्हेन ही वाज अ किड. तो ये उसकी आदत थी. कर तो वो अभी भी सकता है. ही स्टिल हैज अ थंब, राइट? ही स्टिल हैज अ माउथ. तो उसके अंदर अभी भी एबिलिटी है ये काम करने की, लेकिन अब उसकी आदत छूट गई. सो वेन एवर वी टॉक अबाउट पास्ट हैबिट्स, वी यूज द वर्ड वुड. ओके. एंड देन थर्ड इज योर अगेन प्रेफरेंस, बट asking nahi, you are telling your preference. For example, just a second. you may say, I would rather stay at home than go out in rain. तो अब ये आपकी चॉइस है, आप अपनी प्रेफरेंस बता रहे हो that I would rather stay at home, मैं घर पर रहना पसंद करूंगा instead of going outside in rain. ठीक है? So whenever you have to talk about your preferences, then also you use the word would. पूछना है तो हम will use कर सकते हैं, और अगर बताना है तो जनरली हम would use करते हैं. बाकी there is no fixed rule, it varies depending upon the context. Let's move ahead. I hope things are getting clear to you. However, if you have any doubt, you can always put them down in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Next, let's discuss our modal may and might. Now, may तो आपने बहुत सुना होगा. First of all, whenever we enter our classrooms, may I come in? What are we doing here? We are asking permission in a formal context. Formal means when we are talking to some person who is in some kind of authority, okay, or who is in charge. So any superior person, if we are talking to that superior person, then we will be asking formal permission, like may I come in, may I drink water, may I go outside, etc., etc. Second, may God bless you. Very common, especially when anyone has birthdays, we say happy birthday, may God bless you. So what are we doing? We are giving blessings. We are wishing for something. ठीक है? May you have a very bright future. Okay? So whenever you give someone blessing, whenever you wish something, then we use the word may. And at last, where is it used? Again, possibility. अब आप कहोगे possibility तो can में भी थी. Definitely. And we use can when we have very strong possibility. When we have a little mild possibility, like maybe 50 to 70%, then we use may. Okay? It depends कि कितनी strong possibility है. Now let's come to might. Might is again what? It is the past form of may. Okay? So direct से indirect may हो जाएगा हमारा might. या अगर हमें past के बारे में भी बताना है, so we will not use the word may, we will use the word might. और second क्या है? Again possibility. बट ये तब यूज होता है जब किसी भी चीज की पॉसिबिलिटी बहुत ज्यादा कम होती है. ओके? एक्सट्रीमली कम, मे बी लाइक 10 to 20%. तो बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉसिबिलिटी है तो कैन, ठीक ठाक है 50-50 चांसेस है मे, और बहुत ही कम पॉसिबिलिटी है तो माइट. इतना सा डिफरेंस है. नाउ लेट्स डिस्कस सम ऑफ द मोस्ट कॉमन एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट modals. And that is should, then we have must, and then we have ought to. काफी लोग आप में से इनमें कंफ्यूज होते होंगे where to use what. Now let me tell you. अच्छा, should पहले तो क्या है? It is past form of shall. So again if you have to convert shall into past form, क्या हो जाएगा हमारा? should. उसके बाद सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो चीज है, what is the use? It is used to give general advice. वैसे भी we live in India, यहाँ पर मुफ्त की एडवाइस की कोई कमी नहीं है. So that comes under the category of should. ठीक है? You must be listening to a lot of advice daily. You should get up early in the morning. We should brush our teeth twice a day, or we should study regularly, this and that and all the things. तो जब भी हम किसी को कोई जनरल एडवाइस देते हैं कि हाँ तुम ऐसा करना चाहिए, then we use the word should. Now what is must? Must is extremely important. आप इसको इग्नोर कर ही नहीं सकते हो. ठीक है? So again it depends on the context कि आप कौन सा modal यूज करोगे. For example, if you have your exam tomorrow or a day after, then you must study to score good marks. फिर मैं आपको ये नहीं कहूंगी कि आपको पढ़ना चाहिए, यू शुड स्टडी, वो तो रैंडम है, वो तो आपको हमेशा ही पढ़ना चाहिए। लेकिन जब आपका कल एग्जाम है, सो इट बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, कंपल्सरी दैट यू स्टडी टुडे, सो यू मस्ट स्टडी फॉर द एग्जाम। ठीक है, जब कोई चीज एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट है और आप उसको इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते, देन यू विल यूज मस्ट। जब हम रूल्स की बात करते हैं तब भी हम मस्ट ही यूज करते हैं, इफ द रूल, बिकॉज द रूल्स आर रूल्स एंड दे आर सपोज टू बी फॉलोड। And then ought to. Now when do we use ought to? Whenever we talk about any moral responsibility. Okay, so for example, we ought not to waste food, or we ought to help the needy people. So it is also a moral responsibility. जो हमें बचपन में moral values सिखाते थे ना कि आपको क्या करना चाहिए, so because of humanity, ठीक है, जो आपकी एक मॉरल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बनती है, जब हम उसकी बात करते हैं देन वी यूज द मोडाल ought to. ओके, इसी में एक हैव टू भी आ जाता है, हैव टू। सो हैव टू इज ऑल्सो, एज यू कैन सी फ्रॉम द वर्ड इटसेल्फ, इट इंडिकेट्स कंपल्शन। ठीक है, सो समथिंग दैट यू हैव टू डू इट, आपको ये काम करना ही पड़ेगा। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू हैव टू कंप्लीट दिस वर्क बाय फ्राइडे, तो ये अब आपको डेडलाइन मिल गई है कि आपको ये काम फ्राइडे तक कंप्लीट करना है। ऑल राइट, आई होप दिस इज क्लियर। ओनली 2 modals are left now. I'll advise you to practice as many questions as you can, because the more you will practice, the more context you will get, and of course practice makes a man perfect. Okay, so the last 2 modals are need to, just like we had have to, similarly we have need to. And one more thing, whenever we talk about the negatives of these modals, तो have to का have to not या have not to नहीं होता, सिर्फ क्या होता है, you don't have to। ठीक है, similarly you don't need to or you need not do this। okay, so आपका क्या हो जाएगा, to हट जाएगा, and what you will write just need not। you need not worry about anything। okay, you need not to नहीं, you need to not नहीं, you need not worry about anything। need का तो आपको मतलब पता ही है, it means जरूरत, कि आपको किस काम करने की जरूरत है। you need to focus on your studies, जैसे कि जब आपकी PTM होती होगी, so teacher gives a little advice ना, that you need to work on your writing skills or you need to work on your writing speed, तो आपको क्या करने की जरूरत है। it is again also a kind of advice कि अब आपको ये करना चाहिए या ये करने की जरूरत है। and then the last modal that we have is dare। तो ये तो आपने बहुत सुना होगा, we specially do it to warn someone in fights, like how dare you say this, तुम्हारी हिम्मत कैसे हुई बोलने की, या you dare not touch my things, तो मेरी चीजें छूने की हिम्मत भी मत करना। so when we have to warn someone, when we are fighting with someone, then we use dare or dare not। so this is mostly used in a negative sense। all right, so that's it, these were all the modals that we have। once again we can revise, modals only act as helping verbs। we have discussed can and could, will and would, shall, should, may, might, and then we had must, ought to, need to, have to, and dare। so this is it, and I hope you found the video useful। we'll meet soon in the next video, till then bye everyone and have a nice day।